Hi Virgo, welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread. Whatever message comes out is the message that you need to hear at this time. I've set that intention with this deck and with my guides. So if you are here because this message is in your feed, then this message is for you. And if you are here because of the title, then this message is definitely for you. So let's get into the tarot and see what Spirit has for you. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. So once again, I just want to thank you guys so much for helping my channel grow as much as you have. I really, really appreciate all of you. Definitely like the message and subscribe if you like the messages that you receive. All of your interactions have really helped me to grow, but they also help push the messages out so that others get the guidance as well. So I really, really, really appreciate you guys. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is fire energy. This is Aries, Leo, Sag. You could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sag. You don't have to be. This can just be the energy that you are embodying or that Spirit is calling you to embody, right? So the Queen of Wands is very creative, very ambitious. She is creative, intelligent, emotionally balanced, very heart-centered, right? The fire signs are very fiery and passionate, so very action-oriented, right? But she is the queen, so she is the feminine, like she's open to receive. And for me, this card is always about stepping into your power, which for me means stepping into who you are, like a leadership position, whether that's in, work or, taking the initiative to do something here. This is, or even just taking the lead in your life over your emotions, over the direction you're going, right? So when I say stepping into your power, it really just means like taking your power back from people, places, and things and focusing on your ambitions, what it is that you love and what you want to go towards, right? And having that confidence and the self-worth to do that. That's really going to elevate your energy, right? And then everything around you is just going to elevate to match that. I really love that energy for you. So the situation is the Fool. And the Fool is about a new beginning and taking a leap of faith and then trusting the divine to have your back after you take that leap of faith, right? So really just kind of freeing yourself from a situation and then embarking on this new journey. So, the Fool just kind of jumps off this cliff and just lets the divine kind of handle things, right? It's not that you don't have a plan or that you're not, doing this in a controlled or, logical way. This is just having faith that things will turn out okay, right? And again, just taking a leap of faith towards something. I love that energy. I think that's a really good energy. Just being curious. So the blockage here is the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands is refusing to make a decision, right? Being indecisive, and it's twos are about choices, right? And decisions. And with the Two of Wands, it's about choosing to kind of move out of a comfort zone and then making those plans for the future and then exploring, right? Being curious. Again, with this Fool, this is being curious and exploring and taking a leap of faith. With the Two of Wands, it's about your comfort zone. So I feel like there could be some impatience or, an over an excitedness, like maybe something didn't work out the way you expected it to, or there is some hesitancy in order to kind of take this leap of faith. But I feel like there is like needing to kind of cultivate like a plan of action, right? Like being clear before you try again, before you take another leap of faith on something. It's like really needing to make a plan and just taking that initiative to take this leap of faith in order to free yourself from things. And I feel like it's, even in the uncomfort of it, right? Like if it's not comfort, like this is very much that comfort zone. And, he has like this, and the Rider-Waite Smith, they have the globe, like he had the fingertip, the world at his fingertips, right? This ghost has like this crystal ball, like they can see the future, right? Like they know where to go. They just have to step out and do that. So this is about like needing to make a decision and needing to leave your comfort zone in order to take this leap of faith. And maybe that's because you don't have the confidence to do so, right? Just needing to assert yourself with that Queen of Wands on the bottom. So the root cause of this situation is the Seven of Wands. Lots of Wands energy, right? Lots of that action, fiery energy here. So you very much could have some fire in your chart, or you could be dealing with a fire sign. Or maybe this is just you needing to tap into that fiery energy, right? So the Seven of Wands is about asserting yourself and then standing up for your beliefs. Standing up for your goals, what it is that you want, right? Like this new beginning, whatever this is for you, this is you really kind of standing on that and then establishing boundaries and listening to your intuition in order to handle pressure and move forward, right? Because when you can listen to your intuition and really find your confidence, that is what's going to increase your success, right? And increase your chances of moving forward out of that comfort zone. So the Seven of Wands reversed can also be like letting your anger get the better of you and then getting defensive and not trusting your intuition, and know that your feelings are valid, right? But how you express them is really what's important here. So I feel like there is just this need to really assert yourself and make a decision to leave a comfort zone in order to take this leap of faith and move into a new beginning here. So in the recent past, what is still like in your energy, what is still affecting this situation is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is about walking away and moving on from things that are no longer emotionally fulfilling, right? So these cups were once full and once made this person happy, but now it's just not fulfilling. We all grow out of situations. So this could just be you needing to walk away from something so that you can have a new beginning, right? And then, don't settle for good enough, because the best is an option and you just need to seek it. You need to take this leap of faith to have the life that you want. And it's again about tapping into that assertiveness and that confidence in order to do so, in order to walk away from things. So this has really been calling to my attention lately. I've been getting the Eight of Cups in a lot of readings the last couple of weeks, but there is an eclipse moon in this card, and we are coming up on eclipse season here in August. So this could all be taking place with this eclipse energy, because it's very much calling my attention. I don't normally point that out, but it is catching my attention on all of the cards. And it's funny that I'm using a completely different deck and there's still that moon in there. So the message from your higher self or your spirit guides here is the Nine of Wands. Again, Wands energy. So the Nine of Wands is about, all those setbacks and struggles that you have dealt with and looking back at all those lessons and that hard work that you have overcome. They call this the Wounded Warrior card because he has like that bandage on his head. Like he's been through a lot of lessons and he has learned a lot from that. So, but the nines are right at the end, right? Because the tens are the completion of a cycle. So you're right at the end of something here in order to take this new beginning, right? Like this one more lesson to be learned and the end is in sight here, right? So this is like a card of very much don't give up and really just keep persevering, keep persisting, and really assert yourself here. Find that inner confidence because you're right at the end of something here. I love that card. So in the immediate future, we have the Sun card. And the Sun is my favorite card in the whole Rider-Waite Smith tarot deck. This one's super cute too because it's got two little ghosts. So it's so the Sun card is optimism. This is clarity. This is joy, happiness, vitality, right? Like all those good things. Like imagine like the sun coming down and shining on you, right? And it just brightens everything up. And, I feel like there's a light coming back into your life. Maybe things have looked a little dim in the past, especially with all these lessons that you've been through. It could have been like a really dark time for you. And now, things are starting to shine once again. And, you know, getting clarity and then having optimism towards the future, right? So I feel like there's this joy, happiness, vitality that's really coming back into your life here. I love all the sunflowers too, which are also in the Queen of Wands energy here. So, finding that inner confidence and that Queen of Wands energy, that fiery passion energy, but definitely have like that optimism, that joy coming back in, that vitality back into your life here. So, in your thoughts and feelings, we have the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles is that dark energy I was just talking about. Like you're moving towards the light here, but I feel like right now in your energy, you're just kind of feeling in lack, right? So, this is focusing on financial and physical lack, like maybe thinking you don't have, the house that you want, you don't have the job that you want, you don't have all of these things that you want, and you're feeling depleted, right? Financially, mentally, emotionally, all of the things. So, again, really focus on the good and be grateful for the lessons, right? And I know that that's hard to do when you're going through it. Believe me, I know that. And when you're in these lessons and you're going through a hard time, it's really hard to look on the bright side of things, but it's really important to do so because it raises your energy and it raises your vitality, right? So I think I said that something to that effect with the Queen of Wands card. Like the more you feed into that positive, good energy, the more that's going to come in because that's what you're focused on. And then you're meeting that vibration, right? So again, I know that's really hard to do when you're going through it, but find even something little. Like the other day, I found a bagel in the fridge and I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot about this bagel. Like something so silly just made me so happy. And I mean, what carbs wouldn't make me happy? But just finding the joy in little things, right? Little situations and those little sunny moments that you can will help bring more light because the more you focus on the light, the more it's going to bring it in. And again, I know that that's hard when you're going through it. It's a mindset, right? You are not in lack just because you're not where you want to be or just because things haven't worked out in the past and now you have to move on to something else. It doesn't mean that nothing is ever going to not work out, right? Like something will work out. You just need to have patience. Speaking of, so in your energy, the influence here is the Temperance card. Temperance is Sagittarius energy. So again, fiery energy. You could have Sag in your chart or you could be dealing with a Sagittarius. But the Temperance card is balance, moderation, harmony. So I feel like there is like this peace and harmony that is slowly coming into your energy here, right? And this Sun card, that vitality, that optimism, that inner child energy, that joy. And, with Temperance, it's about calling on the divine for support and taking a balanced approach. Again, your mind, your emotions, and just staying balanced in all aspects of life is really what's going to help you move forward. Because things are working out behind the scenes, especially if you talk to your guides. Just be flexible and understand that things are working out behind the scenes. You just need to trust, right? Again, with that Fool card, the Temperance is very much about learning these lessons and then integrating them into your everyday life, right? Like, what did you learn from the lessons that you've been through? What have you learned from this dark time that's left you feeling in lack, right? Is that because you lost a job? So don't ever trust that company again, or don't ever trust that type of boss again, right? Is if this is about a relationship, don't do that same thing you did before in this relationship. If you're not emotionally fulfilled, this is about you really integrating that lesson and realizing what is going to make you happy and then move towards that, right? This is very much like balance, calm, patience. It is a divine timing card, which is not my favorite, right? I'm not patient at all. But I love the Temperance card because it is, you're protected and you are being watched over and things are coming to fruition. Maybe not as fast as you want them to, but they will. So in your hopes and fears, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is about planting a seed and then letting things grow, right? You are taking the steps that you need to. So you've planted the seed and now you are watering the soil. You're, pruning the bushes. You're pulling out the weeds. You're doing all of this work that you need to do in order to enjoy this plant or the fruits of this labor, right? So you're probably hoping that this is going to pay off, that you are going to see something come of this. And I very much feel like you will. It's just about tapping into that inner confidence and that joy and happiness and focusing on the good, focusing on all that is going to come from you putting in all of this hard work, right? So the potential outcome here is the Hierophant, and I love that. So the Hierophant is, this is like learning, this is beliefs, traditions, and that connection to the divine, right? That bridge between heaven and earth. And I really feel like this is like maybe you deepening your spiritual practice. Maybe that's what this Fool is, this leap of faith into a new like spirituality, right? A new modality. So you could be moving into a more spiritual space. You could be becoming a teacher, right? Because this is a teacher card. Maybe you're getting a mentor. It could be different for each of you. Maybe some of you are getting a mentor. Maybe some of you are becoming the teacher, right? That inner confidence, that knowing that you can handle this and you're going to become a teacher and teach people about the lessons that you've been through here, right? And that could be like through coaching. That could just be like maybe making videos on YouTube, TikTok, whatever it may be. And you like really putting yourself out there and letting others know what you have been through. Like stepping into this higher knowledge or this learning. You could be learning different modalities of how to get through tough times, right? I love that. Maybe being like some kind of coach or, counselor, whatever it may be. I really love that. I think that's amazing energy. I mean, definitely stepping into more like spiritual, yeah, like more of a spiritual type of connection here. So you could be deepening your spiritual practice, right? Or just getting a mentor in something that you want to move into. Definitely some kind of new beginning and leap of faith. You just, I feel like, need to trust in yourself, right? Not even the circumstances surrounding you. I feel like you just need to know that the hard work that you are putting in is really going to pay off here. On this Sun card, I just saw that there are two ghosts. Usually there's a child riding a horse, but when I saw this one, there's two ghosts here. So you really could be getting some kind of mentor or learning something here in order to work with others. I feel like there's like this togetherness and you having the confidence to just like really take this on. So I really love this for you. I think this is amazing energy. I hope that this message helped, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.